She's a grand old flag. She's a what is it? Hot diggity flag? Hot dang flag? I don't remember. Oh, well, whatever. Hey, welcome to the EduTech Guys.
You're listening to the EduTech Guys. EduTechGuys.com. I just got three things to say to you. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your podcast. Welcome to the EduTech Guys. I'm David Henderson.
Hey, and I'm a grand old... hey, I'm Jeff Madlock.
Yeah, welcome to the show. Thanks for tuning in, turning on, downloading, grabbing all of the ones and zeros.
The ones and zeros. Hey, you know, it's not even 24 hours before the 250th, what is it, birthday? It's July 4th. It's July 4th, the real birthday day. I mean, I don't understand. I guess it is, isn't it?
I guess.
Okay, so it's almost...
I don't know. I've never really understood, because it wasn't signed on one day and ratified days later, or maybe it was ratified and then signed. I don't know. Listen, we're two middle-aged white
public school educated history class. So we don't know what happened with the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence.
We both have phones that we could just Google it real quick and pretend like we know what we're talking about. But
listen, the AI's already caught a hold of this recording because we're doing it via Zoom.
That's right.
I'm going to have the Trump elite coming through my ceiling any second now.
That's right, any moment. Listen, we're Gen X, man. We went decades without knowing the answer to some of the things that people would ask, and we're like,
man,
remember who that actor was?
I got to tell you a story. Coming back from ISTE. So I flew the Greyhound of the Sky, Southwest Airlines. Now, I will say, I was on the front row. I had extra foot room. So here's where they get you on that one. So you get the front row. You have all that extra room in that wall, right? But you can't put your bag there. And you can't put your bag under your seat. You have to put all your stuff in the top. So you got lots of extra leg room for nothing. Because you're not going to be, you're going to hold your laptop and your iPad and your headphones and your pillow because you ain't got in a backpack. Okay. Yeah. But then they upgraded me to priority boarding. So, it's me and the true heroes of the military and some handicapped folks. We get to get on first. So, that means I just get to shove all my bags into the top there because I can't keep them on my feet. So,
That's right.
I got so on the way home, on the way there, it was fine. Fine trip. On the way back, I get on. I'm literally the second person on the plane. I'm in the middle seat on the right side of the plane, facing the pilots. I get all my bags put away, and I sit down. And 20 minutes later, I guess boarding group 7, the first culprit comes in, who's sitting to my right near the window. And it's a nice young lady, but she's a millennial. And, so she's put her bag back 37 rows to the back there and whatever is going to hold it. And then a young man gets on, and he's a millennial. I'm going to say these folks are, my youngest daughter's age, 28, 29, probably not that old. So, we get going, and I know there's a problem right off the bat. This young lady to my right cannot sit still the entire flight. 2 hours and 40 minutes. I mean, it's like you crossed a parakeet and a Shih Tzu. I mean, it's just all over the place. I think we put our sweatshirt on and off at least 22 times. And I mean, and no spatial awareness whatsoever. And I know I'm a petite little thing. So,
you are. You take up hardly any room.
Hardly.
At all.
So, but then the young man next to me, he's got a neck pillow and a blankie and his big giant headphones. And, they both had Stanley jugs. They both had the, 270 ounce Stanley, 50-gallon barrels. Yes. And then they ask, in front of us is this little tiny pocket, hanging on the wall in front of you on that little second. It holds the little paperwork. So they have now shoved their Stanley cups and everything precariously in it. And guess whose seat it's in front of? Yeah. The fat boys. That's me. So we go through this whole thing. So at one point, the flight attendant is they're sitting in their little jump seats looking at me. I'm sitting there doing the Kama Sutra with my hands, holding my phone in front of my face, trying to watch a movie. And I look up at the flight attendants, and both of them look at me, and one of them mouths the words really big, "I'm sorry." And I want to say, ma'am, God bless you. Not as much as I am right now. So anyway, I wanted to get into God bless America. I'm glad it's here because. Oh, am I back?
Oh, man, lost you. There you go. You wanted to say, ma'am?
I said, I said, man, I just want to tell you, God bless America. You know, that's what we have to look forward to right there. Anyway,
holy cow.
That took up most of the show. Anyway, it's been a great show.
It's been a great show. It's been a great time. Had a blast. And
hey, don't forget to check
4th
out
of July. Knock yourselves out.
You know what's crazy about it is that no. Besides that, it was a great ISTE. It was fun. It was in Orlando, Florida. It was in the West Concourse this time. Yeah, missed you. You weren't there. You left me.
Yeah,
threw me to the wolves.
Yeah, I did, and I absolutely hated not being there. And I can tell you, one way or another, as the expression is, hell or high water, that's not happening next year. That just.
Well, no. It's in Boston. It's in Boston next year.
Boston only. Forget about it. Oh, I guess it's over. New York. You know, in our car.
We're gonna park the car in the garage. Yeah, but you know.
Dunkin' Donuts is awesome.
I will say, so, you know, ISTE was in the West Concourse, which I don't know. I don't know if you've ever been to the West Concourse, but, you know, the South Concourse is where we always did stuff at.
Right, yeah.
This one's
was the West bigger, smaller?
I think it's definitely smaller, but it's still huge. But it's definitely smaller, but it doesn't have all the ornate, you know, cool looking Death Star, Star Wars kind of accoutrements that the other one had on it.
Yeah,
you use the word accoutrement here. That's accoutrement. It was in my pocket word of the day pocket card.
I was just going to say you can throw that piece of paper away from your calendar there.
But no, it was interesting when they changed the name of ISTE now. It is no longer the International Society for Education Technology. No, International Society for Technology and Education. Sorry. See, I've already forgot the other one. But no.
So did everybody else. That's why I had to change the name.
Well, the new one's called the International Society for Transforming Education. That's it. Because I kept
keeping the letters, just changing what they mean.
That's smart. You know, it took a long time to do that. It took a lot of manpower, and you know, I was making fun of it in front of every interview I did. I'd come on and I'd say, "Hey, we're blah blah blah. We're at the International Society. I don't know, Transformers of Equitron. I'm not sure where we are anymore. It's something to do with
my gosh.
Transfiguring equines. It's a horse conference now. I don't know what it is.
You know what?
Mm-hmm. But I will say it was good to be there. A lot of the old guys showed back up. I shouldn't say they're not old guys, but the guys that we used to see all the time, like Mitch Weisberg and Don Wettrick.
Oh yeah,
yeah, all those folks were there. And I guess they were there because they knew there was going to be a name change. They had to get there one more time before the name change, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Like when they tell us they're not going to make the Big Mac anymore, there'll be a run on McDonald's. We'll all be there to get our Big Mac, that one last hurrah.
That's right. Speaking of McDonald's, since you brought it up, have you tried the reimagining of the fried apple pie yet?
Oh, they have a new apple pie. No, I haven't.
They temporarily, for a limited time offer, they've brought back the old school fried apple pie.
So lava in the interior, still lava and everything.
Interior is lava, and the outside is that crispy kind of. It's not the same. It's not the same. But it is pretty close. It's not bad. I would partake again should the opportunity arise again, and that'll probably happen Monday. But
you know what that outside used to be? You remember the fruit pies we get as kids in the paper wrappers with the little fruit pie guy on the outside of it?
Yes.
And it was just literally covered in sugar. That's all it was. It was just covered in sugar. And
Yes.
that's what those were. They were the same exact pie. They just threw it in that fryer, and it took that sugar and just made it a super casing of sugar. So
Yes. It was so good.
I don't know why. I don't know why I have diabetes. I'm not sure why I have diabetes.
I don't know why. We
Yeah.
we
Yes.
ate sugar pops and sugar smacks
Hey.
and fried apple pies with enough sugar in them to.
Well, I was a healthy kid. I had a lot of life, and I had some Cheerios, and I had Rice Chex. Now, each one of those had a cup of sugar piled on top of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's so weird. I don't know why, but very early on, I still do to this day, loved eating. Well, I'm going to say this. I loved eating grape nut cereal. That's
Mhm.
not exactly true. What I liked was putting the grape nuts in the bowl, pouring some milk, and then dumping, a cup of sugar on there and mixing it up. So it was basically sugar-covered rocks is what I was eating. But
See, you were smarter than me. I begged for grape nuts, and when I finally got them, it's that little small box, and I was thinking,
yes.
that's like 2 bowls. That's like 2 bowls because I ate grape nuts the same way I ate Cocoa Puffs. I
Yes.
filled the bowl completely full. I poured milk into it, and then I shoved that pea gravel right into my mouth, and I thought I was going to die. And
I was just going to say, and 4 bites in, you're like, oh, I have grossly underestimated how much is
4 bites, 2 fillings, and a crown later. I was like, what the heck? It was killing me. Oh gosh. But so yeah, ISTE. Actually, it was really good time. They released the numbers today. They said there were 15,000 people there.
Oh wow. No, not happening.
Well, I didn't say anything. I might have been. I was looking to the left and the right really quickly.
Oh, sorry. I forgot there was the thing. I forgot there was the ping pong match going on in your house there.
That's what it was. I was watching this fly buzz around real quick.
Yeah. That's right. The fly. Sorry.
I didn't see 15,000 people personally. Now, there might have been there, but I didn't see the 15,000 people. But,
Well, you were in the media room most of the time, so maybe,
Yeah, but I was out and about too. I was out and about. Somebody had to run around there with the pants off, and that was me. And I didn't see 15,000 people.
They were all running the other way.
I mean, I'll be honest to you, because you and I've seen tens of thousands of people at a conference where they're lined up 12 miles down to get into a session. Yeah, I didn't see that. And I've been in an exhibit hall where it's so thick you have to turn sideways to get past everybody getting their tchotchke.
Right.
I didn't see that either. But anyway, I understand why they're doing it, and it sounds like I'm nay-nay and ISTE. Hey, they don't give me any money. Anyway, I guess technology and education wasn't filling up the billfold well enough, so now they're going to be transforming education. So me and the other old kooks over there, we decided I started the movement because I'm pretty sure next year's in Boston will be bus cameras and gym floors and desks and curriculum and books, because now it's transforming education. So that could be anything. I mean,
Sure.
that can be, cafeteria headwear. It doesn't matter. They're gonna have a booth there, and it opens up the door for a lot. And ASCD, supposedly they're going to absorb the name ASCD. So I don't know what that means. It's kind of easy to come up with transforming education. See, it's kind of hard to say with the T and the E, but I don't know what you're going to come up with ASCD, American School Crazy Devil Boys. I don't know, who knows what it's going to be, but they're supposedly going to absorb them. But I guess they both publish too, don't they? They both have publishing ends.
So they're going to be called, let's see, ASCD. So that's, they can be something like, I don't know, ISTE? ISTE? I don't know.
ISTE-ASCO? I wrote down on a piece of paper, dropped in their suggestion box, Jefferson Starship. I think that's just what they should call themselves.
What
Jefferson Starship's not using it anymore.
Well, there you go. Well, or they could pick any of the myriad of different names that John Cougar Mellencamp used.
Actually, what they can do is they can just put a hyphen. They can hyphenate it.
That's true. That's very 2026. They can hyphen.
I think we've answered their question. They can hyphenate it.
There you go. Hyphen your name.
It can be the
international. And then it'll just be the hyphen conference.
So ASCD stands for the American Society for what?
I don't know. Curriculum directors? I have no idea what the CD is for.
That was a good It's great. If you'd have said, a little straighter face, I'd have been like, oh, David knows what he's talking about. I don't know. I'd have gone for it.
You know me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Wow. I thought it was, curriculum development. So I guess it could be.
Now you're making me Google it. I got to Google it because my brain hurts.
But then I'll ramble on. International Society for Transforming Education -curriculum -development -technology. I don't know.
Technology. Hey, so we were close. It's the Association for Supervision and Curriculum Development.
Oh, it's administrators.
So yes, it's administrators. It's for supervision, like Spider-Man, for like Superman, and the Bionic Man.
That's interesting. Well, good for them. Good. Anyway, so I think they're still workshopping that one. That's kind of that's in the media roundtable. That's kind of what I took from what was coming. The words that were coming out of their mouths was that that's what they were going to do.
So what we need to do is take ISTE. I don't think there's enough letters to do that. So we could take ISTE and ASCD. We need more vowels, and see what kind of anagram we can come up with.
Well, remember, you can always put a, for, and the in between words and not have to count them.
You're right. That is true. That is a very good point. Oh.
What do you have, an anagram maker?
Yeah.
No.
I use it to cheat on. I mean, I use it to help me with Words with Friends. There's die casts. It could be the die casts. That's not all the letters, but it's got the general gist.
If it only had an H.
Actually, that may be all the letters too.
It's got an L. Does it have an L in it? Oh. No. It doesn't. Oh, I was just thinking if it had an HOLE in it, we could probably get away with something there. Anyway, because it's got an S.
ISTE and ASCD. It's die casts. There you go.
I was just thinking ASCD holes. Anyway, it was a good conference, and we
are never going to be allowed back. Thanks.
They're not going to stop me.
I guess it doesn't. Well, that's good.
Listen, nobody from ISTE's listening to this podcast. All right.
Unfortunately, or fortunately, you are not wrong.
Listen, in the last 6 years, we've turned out approximately 5 podcasts a year.
Yeah, we kind of dropped off there after COVID. During COVID.
I will say that our conference podcast, it actually has. Looking at it today, I was shocked at the amount of numbers. You saw those numbers that I sent you.
I did see those numbers, and I was pretty sure you added a 0 in there.
No, dude, that was from the.
What?
It shocked me so much. I had to get up and walk around a minute. I was like, that can't be right.
That can't be right.
I have got to be looking at somebody else's podcast numbers. But no, I hope they do change it around. I hope they catch up with FETC and they have other tracks. And that's really the truth, because there's a lot going on there. Don Wettrick showed up, and Don, has had huge success with his program for entrepreneurism.
Yeah.
And he's got some kids getting Y Combinator money. He has a kid getting $5 million. He's got big names working with him. He left there, and then Thursday and Friday he was with Gary Vaynerchuk. That's where he went to hang out with Gary and talk about his program and entrepreneurship. And Don did a session there, one session about student entrepreneurship, and that was the only session about entrepreneurship at the whole place.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like, wait a second, what? That's all these kids are talking about. Most of these kids are leaving college and they can't find a job, so they're having to create something on their own. It's what most of them are doing. That's just kind of what they're doing. And if they're not doing that, they're finding a job that can let them side hustle till they can leave it and be an entrepreneur. So now it's interesting. Now, although the direction the country and the world's going, there might be a need for people to cut wood and invent things again because we might not have any electricity or stuff here pretty soon. So
That could be.
we might need entrepreneurs that can,
I'll be honest. I'm kind of surprised that we made it as far as we have, given that, tomorrow's the 250th birthday. I for a while there, I wasn't sure we were going to make it. I mean, really, so
looks like we made it.
There you go.
That's my 4th of July song.
That is your 4th of July anthem.
I'm blaring Barry Manilow in the morning.
You're doing what in the morning? Oh, sorry.
Well, yeah, next year it's in Boston. So yes, definitely we have to be back there. And, honestly, I have to say thanks to all the companies and the folks that entrust us with their stories and give us the opportunity to show up and make some great podcasts while we're there. Because, I had to tell you, there's a lot of podcasters now. There's a lot of podcasters. Mm-hmm. In fact, ISTE has a podcast, row where they have this thing set up with big speakers and other podcasters come in and they get an hour or two to do their podcast live, and, that kind of thing. And I was thinking, yeah, baby, we invented that 10 years ago. I don't know what you're talking about. And so they bebop into the media center and they bebop in there at 7:15, 7:30. And I'm sitting there with my little mics and, eating my free muffin and drinking my free coffee, doing my thing. And, then by the time they start to roll out, my day starts and I've got someone in the chair and I'm interviewing someone. And then they bebop in there with a bag full of tchotchkes because, they've been walking around with their little lapels interviewing people. And well, there's an old fat boy. He's still sitting there and there's somebody else different in the chair. And then, they come back after lunch but he's still there. I'm on my 17th cookie. I've got 5 empty glasses of water around me. But, and at the end of it all, they're like, well, how many did you actually do? And, and it's funny because you and I used to do 60, 70 over a 3-4 day period.
Right. Yes.
In the old days. And, now, this last one, I did 17, and when I say 17 to those people, they're like, over the whole conference, you did 17? Yeah, what have you guys been doing? You've been walking around with lapels shoving them in people's faces.
Yeah.
How do you do that? How do you not do that? That would be the question I would have to ask is, how do you not do that?
And I guess maybe it's because when we first started out, like you said, we were doing, 60, heck, some conferences, especially if they were a 4-day, I mean, you're talking 80 or more interviews over the course of that. I mean, they were,
yeah.
Now, granted, it was a bit of a grindhouse. I mean, it was, get them in and talk and get them out. But by the same token, at least from my perspective, and I would love if anybody who's been on the show, especially in those early days, sharing your experiences being on the show. But we never saw it as a grindhouse. We never treated it that way. I mean, and we still don't. Each person who comes and sits down and talks to us, it's a conversation we're having with, you being the person listening. If you happen to be across the table there, we're having a conversation with you. We're talking about whatever it is that you're wanting to talk about, and we try our best to keep it very conversational. We do the best we can to get you to share your story. Sometimes it's a little harder for some folks to get out there and share their story and tell their story. And so hopefully, I don't know, we kind of help pull that out of some folks. And then we have other folks that, the timer goes off and we're like, wait, what happened? Sorry, we're out of time. We'll catch you on another show. I mean, so I don't know, it's been awesome. It really has. And I'm very excited for where the potential of EduTechGuys is looking like it could go after, as you say, after 10 years, really more than that, more than 10 years of doing this. And it's like, wait a minute.
We're in 11.
Okay, we're finally, the two of us are putting our brains together and going, oh, wait, we could do this. We could do that. So I don't know. It's been fun. It's been awesome.
Well, yeah, that's my goal is at this now that at this advanced age and in retirement is to die at a conference. Yeah, that'll be
Well, if we can schedule ourselves for enough of them, the odds will be in your favor.
That's right. And if we get some of those people like we've had in the past, I love how you said, we pulling it out of people. That's what's going to cause me to have a stroke right there. Is trying to pull it out of people. It's not going to be a heart attack. It's going to be right here between the temples. It's going to be a.
That's right. That's right.
It's like I need to be gone, but just lock up my words and just.
That's it. That's right.
Yeah.
You'll have brain lock and fall out of the chair.
Well, it was a good trip, and I guess the next time we should be back there at FETC in January, so we'll be back to Orlando pretty quickly. So that won't be bad. And the place I stayed this time was it was actually just a 15-minute walk to the place. No, I didn't walk it. Well, yeah, for the young whippersnappers, but this fat boy, I'm an Uber princess, and so
well, there you go. That's the XL probably.
That's right. But I will say the resort that I stayed at, because it's like a resort, but it was very nice. There was a Chipotle and a hamburger stand and a Publix grocery store. I had a blast. Dude, that's my Disney World. That's my Disney World. Right there.
That's right.
The kids can go ride their rides, but there was a diner that had all this breakfast stuff and a nice burger joint. And a Publix, come on. We don't have Publix in Arkansas. It was like, that's a 2-day event right there. Publix walking through,
That's right. Just seeing all the stuff.
Well, walking through and go, wait, there's beachwear in a grocery store? I'm living in the future, baby. I'm living in the future.
You were like your own microcosm of what's happening with the World Cup and all the foreigners over here, discovering Golden Corral and thinking it's
doggone it. There was a short season podcast of 4 episodes of Jeff Does Publix. Doggone it, I didn't even think about that.
We did not. That's okay, but put that on the list for next time.
Hey, maybe Publix will sponsor us.
Hey, maybe so.
Hey, welcome back to ISTE 2027. We have a shout out to look, fryers are on sale for $2.95 a pound at Publix right down the street.
That's right. Don't forget your bikini.
If
you did, we've got them.
Hey, so that's it. We're in Boston next year for ISTE, so we got to find something local. It'd just be a bunch of bars. I know that. Sorry, Bostonians. I'm not trying to rub you wrong, but it'll just, if we're going to get local sponsors, it's going to be now to Jerry's. Well, big shout out to Jerry's Bar right down the street here.
Well, and here's the thing. By the time we get there, they will have, made a ton of money and should be well stocked again after the World Cup. Because
that's right.
The fact that all of the bars in Boston ran out of booze.
I heard Samuel Adams Bar ran out of booze. These Samuel Adams Bar. Did you tell me that they ran out of beer? Like they had to call the factory and go, hey, yeah, this is the Samuel Adams Bar. Call the factory. These Scottish have drunk us dry here.
Yes, so crazy. Oh, but it's been fun to watch. It really has. It's been and how fortuitous, serendipitous that the World Cup happens to fall right around the 4th of July, right at the 250th birthday of America. So, there's nothing like a bunch of folks coming over and thoroughly enjoying themselves and going wacko and sharing all the TikToks and the Facebooks and the Instas and all the other stuffs to really pump up America right when
we needed
celebration has happened. That's right. Right when we needed it. Right when the president decides to host a wrestling match on the front lawn. That's what we needed. Which that's what I'm doing for 4th of July. We're gonna set up a ring right in the front of my yard here, and then in the big yard we'll set up a dirt track. We'll have a mini dirt racing track out in the front yard.
tuning up the tiller. I've been tuning up the tiller.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We'll do tillers and lawnmowers.
Yeah. I've got grease lightning out in the backyard. I pulled the blades off of it so it won't hurt anybody, but she still runs. She's going to run.
There's no one listening who would ever believe that I was born and raised in Pittsburgh after this conversation.
No, not at all. Listen, I hope y'all hadn't cut all that Bahalia down because I like it. When the wind blows out there, in the big field. Nothing like that.
No,
only here in the South can you actually use fireworks to kill your dinner. And, that's kind of,
and it's fun and entertaining on multiple levels.
That's my new coffee table book after this year is going to be just X-rays of Southerners who threw firecrackers or attempted to throw firecrackers from their hands.
Oh man, that's going to be.
It's not blood. It's not gory. It's not bloody gory, but it's just a bunch of X-rays of shattered hands. What's funny is I don't know. You could even in Pittsburgh you had this, but down here in the South, I mean, I can't think of a summer where someone didn't blow some digit off their finger in my immediate family or at least in my friend group.
Listen. Yes, I am. I'm born and raised Pittsburgh, but I will tell you that when I was a kid, I was probably in maybe 5th or 6th grade, somewhere in there. A bunch of us were all hanging out at a little park that was in the apartment complex where we were. And one of the kids put an M80 in a Coke bottle and, he lit it and dropped it in the Coke bottle. About the time he realized, hey, this probably wasn't smart, he let go of the Coke bottle. It blew the bottom of the Coke bottle, shattered off, sliced through the heel of his foot.
Oh my gosh.
Now granted, we're from Pittsburgh, so we're kind of like Western Pennsylvania rednecks, but I mean, come on. That's pretty redneck.
Well, every friend group in the South and every family in the South has a legend. It's an uncle or a cousin who can throw bottle rockets, light them and throw them from his hands, and with the accuracy of, a Roman, archer,
Yes.
How does he do that? And it stays, you grow up that way. But inevitably what happens is they screw up one time. And when they screw up, finally, it's like, they were holding 17 grosses of bottle rockets in the other hand. And, it goes off and lights those up. And, it's like, no, Jimmy Ray, it can't be Jimmy Ray. He's the best of us.
Oh, my gosh. I'll never forget my brother and I mean, our whole family, but my brother and I, we were living in Colorado. And for one of the 4th of Julys that we were there, we had bought a little bag of just a little brown sack of various firework things. There were some bottle rockets and some firecrackers and I don't know, whatever else was all in there. And so we're standing in the garage and we're shooting stuff out of the garage. And my brother he lights a match. And when he does, he happens to catch the pack on fire. And when he does, it burns his hand and he drops it. So when he drops it straight into the brown paper sack. And I mean, bam, 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 and we were in the garage. So it just echoed out everywhere. And you see everybody coming out of their houses, opening the front door like, what the? Sorry.
You guys smell sulfur for a week.
Yes.
What's that smell? These boys stink.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And the fire, the smoke alarm was going off in the garage.
Yes, we've all been there.
Good times. My parents were at work, so they had no idea. So it was great. All cleaned up by the time I got home.
Well, you and I were having a conversation earlier, and I had made a statement about small schools and, public schools. And I think about that. When I think about the 4th of July, you think of small town values. Everybody in a big city always just goes out and watches the big fireworks. It's, you got to sneak around to shoot off fireworks in the big city. Small towns, it's like, you see more people at the fireworks stand than you do church. That's just what happens. Like
that's just a lot in the South. A lot.
It's like, when you're little, you think, wait, is this Easter? Because we only see these people at church and they're at the fireworks stand.
Right.
Jesus and bottle rockets, baby. That's what we.
That's the name. That is the name of your coffee book right
Thank
there.
you.
The coffee
Jesus and
table
bottle
book.
rockets. Yep.
Jesus and bottle rockets.
Jesus, bottle rockets, and chocolate bunnies. That's what we're going to call it right there.
The bunny. The
Wait.
bunny.
So anyway, back to, I'll wrap up ISTE and we can wrap this bad boy up. So AI is everywhere. That's pretty much what it comes down to. It's going to fix test scores. It's going to teach kids to learn. And I will say a lot of places are trying to use it with fidelity and use it correctly and, use it to their best advantages. But I don't know. I mean, I use it. I use it every day.
Yeah.
I use it as a tool every day.
Sure. Yeah. And I do too. I mean, I used it to solve a problem I created earlier today. So, that's, and I'm, I'm saying it lighthearted. I can say it lighthearted now. At the time, I wasn't sure I was going to be working there anymore. But seriously, I created the issue and, did some poking around, and AI was like, give this a whirl. I'm like, okay. And yeah, sure enough. Now,
and it's
the flip side,
funny. AI came back and said, did you try rebooting it?
yeah, that's right. Did you turn it off, turn it back on? Did you click save? If you haven't clicked save,
and you wrote back, I rebooted it. Good job, David. You're the best. That's what AI said to you.
Yeah, exactly what AI does. But no, by the same token, though, in Arkansas anyway, they used AI to grade the state assessments, and it failed miserably. There were students who were very proficient in various aspects of literacy, and they were being marked as, ones and zeros. And, and at first, when the first couple of people were saying anything, they were like, well, sorry, but, that must be the students. It must be. Well, then all of a sudden it was, when you got 50,000 teachers saying, no, then they're like, oh, we have to adjust the AI. We're going to it's got to relearn. But no, it just tells me it's not ready for that yet. Now, granted, it could also very well be that it was very poorly trained. I mean, I can say this now. It is the Arkansas Department of Education in charge of that. So,
and they trained it themselves. They used no outside influence to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
probably they just used all the speeches from Governor Huckabee. I'm sorry, I'm not going to say that. Anyway.
Happy birthday, America.
That's why those kids got ones and zeros.
That's right.
This episode, this is the I don't know what this episode is. This is
the last one, probably.
The beginning of the end. No.
The beginning of the end.
You're keeping it real, baby. So anyway, I was going to say, that's what I did notice, that a lot of them have their own data. And they say that they're gardened and they're walled off. They have a walled garden of data, and I hope that's true. I just know enough, having been doing this for a long, long time, that it's like, you might have the best bolt lock on your house and a nice solid oak door, but nothing stops a Ford F-150.
And you're not wrong.
And if it's, if there's a road to your house and it's called the internet, and my Ford F-150 can, then someone's going to get your data. And I mean, how many times have you and I seen a server that was being used as a host server or being just, completely overrun without any of the users knowing, or, any of the system administrators knowing it was being used for months, even years.
Right. Yes. Well, and I was going to say, the other side of the, F-150 is the fact that you could have the best locks and the best security and the whole 9 yards, and yet, the kid leaves the door unlocked. I mean, that's, unfortunately, that's how a lot of stuff goes wrong anyways. We leave the door unlocked and the key is under the mat just for good measure.
And the key's under the plant. It's the only plant on the front porch, and the key's under it. Okay. Yeah. No one will find it.
No one. It's like putting your wallet. It's like when you go to the beach and you put your wallet in the end of your shoe. No one will ever think to look in the end of your shoe.
That's right. And our dog loves everyone. In fact, he'll help you load the car. Hey, anyway, I don't even know how long have we been doing this. This podcast might have gone much
like 11 years. Oh, you mean this episode?
Like 11 years.
Oh yeah, 11 years. Oh, lost you again. I lost you.
You froze. I think it's you. You froze a little
I
bit.
think it's me. It's me.
Yeah.
My network is unstable. Well, look at the host.
Dude, you live in the country. Look at very few people say that anymore. Where do you live? Oh, I live out in the country.
Out in the country.
Which country is that? That's Palmolistan.
Winstontown.
Winstonville, out in Palmolistan. Who been putting out the cools on my floor? Anyway, I'm going to go watch Trading Places. Trading Spaces, that's the other one. Trading Places.
That's the other one. Trading Places.
Hey, well, listen, really, this is just a great show before July 4th. David and I've been at ISTE, and David was on his own trying to keep sending me all these reads, and, I was using text as my buffer. You were my therapist while I was there.
Oh, yes. Hey, it's all good. It's all good, man.
Because it was it was one of those. I've done it before by myself, and it was all fine. It's just every time you get there, you get a little overwhelmed. And those are, in all fairness, all goofiness aside, ISTE has been doing a great job of what it does, and they have to do what they have to do to survive and to grow and to move forward. And that's the doggone truth. And there's some good people there. So, and there were a lot of great conferences, a lot of great companies, and a lot of great stuff going on, and it was fun. As it always is. We always have a good time, and this was a good time to be had. So,
and you can go out there and you can listen to all the episodes that all the conversations that Jeff had with all the folks at ISTE. So
just check out EduTechGuys conference coverage. We're on every platform. You name it, we're there. Mainly Spotify, and then Apple Podcasts and all those. We're there, but we're everywhere. Amazon, you name it. That's where we are. Put it in your Google or just go to edutechguys.com and you can find the links to all of the providers from that website.
Right. Exactly.
Hey, well, cool. Hey, dude, I won't see you or talk to you probably a couple days.
That's good. I'll send you some memes.
Yeah. It's time to, for real quick before we go, I sent you a blank meme of the two that climbed the Empire State Building.
Oh, yeah.
I took all the words off the flag, so it's just a blank flag. I sent it to you and Chad and said, hey, that's our buddy Chad Morris. And I said, okay, what's going to go on the flag? There's no wrong answer.
I'll have to look at that and I'll have to pull that into Canva and make a flag or two.
Hey, well, hey, everybody out there, have a great 4th of July. And David, you and your family have a great 4th of July.
Hey, you right back at you, man.
All right, brother. Well, hey, listen, I'm Jeff Madlock.
I'm David Henderson.
And we'll catch you next time.
You've been listening to the EduTech Guys, edutechguys.com.